All right. Well, this is a story that has been circulating online for a while now, and it first came to Hollywood Unlocked. Prince from Love and Hip Hop Miami sent it to me, and it's about this 25-year-old OnlyFans model Courtney Taylor Clenney, who's been trending after she allegedly stabbed her black boyfriend of 2 years to death while he slept. And the reason why I want to talk about this is, one, I haven't publicly, and two, it is a story that needs to continue to stay in the headlines until she is arrested and at least cleared of these allegations, which I don't think she'll be cleared. I mean, I'm going to say alleged because I don't want to be sued again, but we actually saw pictures of her on TMZ covered in blood. The belief that it's this man's blood. Now, this woman uh, who allegedly stabbed her boyfriend is not in jail. She's still on the streets. And you know, the frustrating part about this is we talk about hashtag Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is not only about when the police kill a black man, it is about when black people are unfairly killed by white people. Okay, now there's not enough information circulating, but let me get into the story and then we can unpack it. Now, let me show you a photo of the couple. This is them together, I guess, during happier times. Now, Christian Toby, was a week away from celebrating his 28th birthday when he allegedly was killed by his girlfriend inside of her Miami apartment. This happened on April 3rd. Now, when cops arrived, Courtney was drenched in blood and claimed that she acted in self defense during a domestic violence incident. Now, while Christian's family and friends say he was never a violent person, neighbors say the couple had a long history of domestic violence, with Courtney calling police at least 7 times in the last month. Now, her attorney said that the couple were in, quote, a toxic relationship and that Christian was kicked out a week before the fatal stabbing. Now, Courtney has yet to be charged with anything. And on top of claiming self defense, she since claimed, quote, mental illness, but that didn't stop her from grabbing a drink. Take a look.
I'll videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, so people are really upset by the fact that this girl has just killed her boyfriend. And although she's claiming domestic violence, she killed him in his sleep, is what they're reporting. And then now she's out just having a casual drink with her dad at a bar. And prior to all of this, she was on this podcast in Miami where she talked about the type of woman she is and the type of man she dates. And there were like literally some interesting things that she had to say that made me side-eye her. So now I'm calling the Miami Police Department, the whole city of Miami, out for this because this just seems ridiculous. Have you guys seen this story?
Yeah. And to me, it seems a little premeditated, if you ask me. When they talk about, oh, the neighbors were saying, who got this report from the neighbors? Who talked to the neighbors, right? Oh, she was calling the police. Why? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things, seeing the aftermath of after you killed your boyfriend, because if you did it in self-defense, regardless, you're going to have some type of remorse. You should be in some type of shock. You're not going to be out at the mall with your friend getting a drink. So it's how I look at the aftermath, what makes me hear all the stories of what happened leading up to the murder. It's like, oh, this is just, it's all BS. Oh, the neighbors heard it for weeks. So they never called the police? Okay, it's all good. Like, it's this story's sick.
The fact that they haven't even detained her speaks volumes. If I, as a black woman, was dating a white man and I stabbed him and I claimed self defense, and the neighbor said I had called 60 times in the past month, my ass would still be behind bars right now, waiting for bail money. So the fact that they didn't even detain her or see her as a suspect until there was public outcry already speaks to a double standard, regardless of what's happening. Also, too, when I watched that podcast that she was on, she made it a point to laugh and say that she only dates rich black men. And so there was so much fetishizing that was happening in that video. It was already a point of concern. And then I guess we're gonna talk about the tweets from him. So it sounded to me like both of them were fetishizing each other. And that's why I felt some kind of concern about her getting any kind of justice, because it seems like she thought she got away with it until social media stuck their teeth into her butt. And that concerns me.
Well, now of course there's a lot more information coming out. The tweets you talk about after this bar incident, some old tweets from Christian began surfacing. Now, people are saying that he was targeting black women. Now, let me show you these tweets. Okay, now tweet number one is OOMF. Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Me, honestly, I don't care. They're not my type. Can't believe OOMF thinks I talk to black girls when I don't. The way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. Once again, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class full of ignorant black women. Now, listen, I don't, his tweets clearly are stupid, but, I don't know that that paints the full picture of why this white woman killed this black man. It shows that he loved a white woman and he loved white women and he fetishized, as you said, over white women, and a white woman ended up killing him. The details of what happened is not clear, but Christian's brother, Jeffrey, did post on his social media addressing the tweets, and this is what he had to say. He said, as a family, we strongly disagree with the ignorant and repulsive tweets from my then high school aged brother that have recently surfaced. However, the tweets do not diminish our demand for a thorough investigation into Toby's murder or negate the necessity for justice. Jeffrey then went in to call out Courtney for using her white privilege to evade consequences. And this is what he said. It's been a week since my brother was brutally and senselessly killed. Courtney Taylor Clenney's callous actions have not been met with an ounce of remorse. The bottom line is inextricably clear. Courtney is being treated differently because of her privilege as a wealthy white woman. Within 24 hours following Toby's death, the detective on the case prematurely concluded this was not a crime of violence, but the information provided is deficient, and the lack of transparency strongly suggests foul play is involved. Courtney acknowledges that Toby did not have a weapon. She has no injuries to support her story of imminent danger. Now, it's important to note in Florida, there's a stand your ground law, and I don't know that you could be standing your ground while you're sleeping, because if he was sleeping when she stabbed him, he was clearly not posing a threat. So I would love to see the police report and talk to the family to really get into what actually happened here. I mean, other than what it looks like on the surface, that a white woman got away with killing a black man.
I hope I hope his family gets justice. I hope that they use all the social media attention in order to make sure that justice is actually served and that she's held accountable for her actions. I will say this, because two truths can be true at the same time. Earlier, Damage said something brilliant about how you can talk about what you like without putting down anybody else. And I will say, and I will speak as a representative for the Black women right now, we are tired of caping for people who treat us ill, right? And in the same way, the Black community as a whole was part of wanting to be part of the efforts to bring light to what was happening in the Ukraine. But then when we found out that the people in the Ukraine didn't like Black people, we were like, oh, we hope you guys work through the war, but we're going to sit this one out. As a Black woman, I'm tired of caping for people who won't cape for me. So I hope his family gets justice. I hope the community helps him out, but I personally won't be caping for him because I'm tired. I think we need to take responsibility, not just say the tweets were repulsive. We need to stop putting down a group of people that you depend on when things go wrong. You guys only want us to be involved when shit goes wrong, but everything else, oh, we're the bottom of the food chain. You don't want to marry us. We're bad girls. We're baddies. We're X, Y, and Z. We're tired. So for anybody like this, who's writing like this, as a Black woman, I want Black men and Black people as a whole to get justice, but I'm not going to be caping for anybody else who speaks ill of us while they're alive. That's my personal opinion.
Well, dead or alive, right is right and wrong is wrong when it comes to
Exactly.
white people killing black people unjustly. And I mean, I'm tired of seeing, they don't have a White Lives Matter program. They don't have a Protect White Women program because they don't need it. And the fact that we continue to create these movements that, fall dormant whenever it's not hyped by mainstream media is just crazy to me, right? And I have to say, shout out to Prince, who actually believed enough in this story to not only send it to me once and twice, but push me, text me, DM me, and made sure that we shared it. And when we shared it, a lot of other people shared it, and now it's out there and people know about it. And TMZ has, of course, run the photos. This lady was sitting drenched in his blood, handcuffed, trying to kiss her dog. Like, you just killed somebody, whether it was self-defense or not. I mean, a person that just killed somebody acts a certain way, I would think.
And
But anyway,
stab them. That's a lot. That's a lot of passion, a lot of rage, a lot of hate to stab somebody to death. It's crazy.
we send our condolences to the family. We're here if you want to come talk to us. We'd love to continue to share your brother's story. And the police department, what are y'all doing? Release a statement, release findings. I don't know if we've seen the police report yet. I would love to look at it. Maybe the show here, somebody can find it, but we'd love to see it.